Perfectionism means wanting everything to be perfect. A perfectionist is someone who always tries to do things without any mistakes. They set very high standards for themselves. If something is not perfect, they may feel unhappy or frustrated. Perfectionism can be both good and bad. On one hand, it helps people work hard and improve their skills. A student who wants perfect grades may study a lot. An artist who wants a perfect painting may practice for many years. This can lead to success. However, perfectionism also has negative effects. People may feel stressed if they always try to be perfect. They may worry too much about small mistakes. Some people even avoid trying new things because they are afraid of failing. Perfectionists often feel unhappy because nothing is ever good enough for them. Perfectionism can also affect relationships. A person who expects perfection from friends or family may feel disappointed often. They may also make others feel bad. Finding a balance is important. It is good to do our best, but we also need to accept mistakes and imperfections. Perfectionism may seem like a good thing because it pushes people to work hard. However, it also has many negative effects, especially on mental health. People who always try to be perfect often feel stressed and exhausted. They are afraid of making mistakes, so they spend too much time on small details. This can make them feel tired and frustrated. Perfectionists are also very hard on themselves. When they fail or make a mistake, they feel guilty or ashamed. Instead of learning from their mistakes, they might think, "I am not good enough." These negative thoughts can lead to low self-esteem. Over time, perfectionism can cause serious mental health problems like anxiety and depression. Perfectionists may worry too much about what others think of them. They might avoid challenges because they are afraid of failing. This fear can stop them from enjoying life and trying new things. Perfectionists often put too much pressure on themselves. They set very high goals, and when they do not reach them, they feel like a failure. This constant pressure makes them feel stressed all the time. For example, a student who wants to get perfect grades may study for many hours every day. Even when they do well, they still feel nervous about the next test. They might not take breaks or have fun because they feel they must always be working. Over time, this can lead to burnout. At work, a perfectionist may spend too much time checking their work again and again. They may never feel satisfied, so they keep working longer hours. This can make them feel overwhelmed and exhausted. Even in daily life, perfectionists may feel anxious about small things. They may worry about how they look, how they speak, or how others see them. This anxiety can stop them from being happy and enjoying the moment. It is important to understand that nobody is perfect. Making mistakes is a natural part of learning and growing. Instead of trying to be perfect all the time, people should learn to accept themselves as they are. Taking breaks, practicing self-kindness, and setting realistic goals can help reduce stress and anxiety. By letting go of perfectionism, people can live happier and healthier lives. Mindfulness means focusing on the present moment. It is about paying attention to what we are doing right now, without thinking too much about the past or the future. When we practice mindfulness, we notice our thoughts, feelings, and surroundings without judging them. For example, when eating a meal, a mindful person enjoys the taste, smell, and texture of the food instead of thinking about work or problems. When walking in a park, they feel the fresh air, hear the birds, and see the trees instead of worrying about the future. Many people spend a lot of time thinking about mistakes from the past or worrying about the future. This can make them feel stressed or anxious. Mindfulness helps us stay in the present and enjoy life more. Perfectionists often think too much about small mistakes. Mindfulness teaches us to accept things as they are and move on. Instead of asking, "What if I fail?" we can focus on, "What can I do now?" When we pay attention to the present, we stop worrying about things we cannot control. This makes us feel calmer and happier. Mindfulness helps us focus on one task at a time. Instead of trying to do many things at once, we give full attention to the task in front of us. This makes our work better and more enjoyable. Mindfulness reminds us that nothing is perfect. It helps us accept mistakes and learn from them instead of feeling bad about them. Mindfulness is not difficult and anyone can practice it. Here are some simple ways to bring mindfulness into daily life. Mindful breathing. Take a deep breath and focus on your breathing. Feel the air going in and out. This helps calm the mind. Mindful walking. Pay attention to each step you take. Feel the ground under your feet and listen to the sounds around you. Mindful eating. Eat slowly and enjoy each bite. Notice the taste, texture, and smell of the food. Mindful listening. When talking to someone, listen carefully instead of thinking about what to say next. By practicing mindfulness, we can enjoy life more and feel less stressed. It helps us focus on the present and accept ourselves as we are. Perfectionists often set very high standards for themselves. They are afraid of making mistakes and worry too much about what others think. This can lead to stress, anxiety, and self-doubt. Mindfulness is a powerful tool that can help perfectionists feel more relaxed and happy. It teaches us to be kind to ourselves and to accept life as it is. Perfectionists often have an inner voice that tells them, "You are not good enough," or "You must do better." This voice can be very harsh and unkind. When they make a small mistake, they may feel like a failure. Mindfulness helps us become aware of this negative voice and change the way we think. Instead of being too hard on ourselves, mindfulness helps us treat ourselves like a good friend. When a friend makes a mistake, we comfort them and encourage them. We should do the same for ourselves. For example, if we say, "I failed, I am not smart," mindfulness reminds us to change our thinking. It's okay to make mistakes. I am learning and growing. Instead of believing every negative thought, mindfulness teaches us to simply notice them. For example, if a perfectionist thinks, "My work is not good enough," they can stop and ask, "Is this thought really true? Or, am I just being too hard on myself?" When we observe our thoughts without judgment, they lose their power over us. Many perfectionists worry too much about the future. They think, "What if I fail?" Or, "What if others don't like my work?" Mindfulness reminds us to focus on the present. Instead of worrying about the future, we can ask ourselves, "What can I do right now?" Life is not perfect, and no one is perfect. However, perfectionists struggle to accept this truth. They try to control everything and feel disappointed when things don't go as planned. Mindfulness helps us embrace imperfection and see mistakes as part of life. Everyone makes mistakes. Instead of seeing mistakes as failures, we can see them as opportunities to learn. For example, when learning a new language, we may pronounce words incorrectly. Instead of feeling embarrassed, we can laugh, learn from the mistake, and keep improving. Perfectionists focus too much on results. They only feel happy when they achieve their goal. Mindfulness teaches us to enjoy the journey. Instead of thinking, "I must be perfect," we can think, "I am doing my best, and that is enough." Perfectionists are often afraid of failure, so they avoid challenges. Mindfulness helps us accept that failure is part of success. Many great people, like scientists, artists, and athletes, failed many times before they succeeded. Instead of fearing failure, we can ask, "What can I learn from this experience?" Mindfulness helps us be kinder to ourselves and accept imperfection. It teaches us to enjoy the present, learn from mistakes, and stop worrying too much about being perfect. By practicing mindfulness, we can live a happier and more peaceful life. Perfectionism can make life stressful and exhausting. Mindfulness helps us stay calm, accept ourselves, and enjoy life more. But how can we practice mindfulness every day? The good news is that it doesn't take much time or effort. Even small changes in our daily routine can help us become more mindful and reduce perfectionism. Here are some easy mindfulness exercises that anyone can try. Mindful breathing. Take a deep breath in, then slowly breathe out. Focus on how the air feels as it enters and leaves your body. If your mind starts to wander, gently bring your focus back to your breath. This helps reduce stress and reminds us to stay in the present moment. Body scan. Close your eyes and slowly notice different parts of your body, from your head to your toes. Pay attention to how you feel. Are you tense? Are you comfortable? This exercise helps you connect with your body and release tension. Mindful walking. When you walk, pay attention to each step. Feel your feet touching the ground. Notice the sounds around you, the air on your skin, and the movement of your body. Walking mindfully can help clear your mind and reduce stress. Mindful eating. Instead of rushing through a meal, take small bites and notice the taste, smell, and texture of your food. This helps you enjoy your food more and prevents overeating. Gratitude practice. Every day, think of 3 things you are grateful for. They can be small, like a sunny day, a kind word from a friend, or a delicious cup of tea. Writing them down can help you focus on the positive and reduce negative thoughts. Practicing mindfulness can help perfectionists feel more relaxed and happy. Here are some ways to use mindfulness to overcome perfectionism. Accept that mistakes are normal. Instead of being upset about mistakes, try to observe them without judgment. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Remind yourself that everyone makes mistakes, and that's how we grow. Focus on progress, not perfection. Instead of aiming for perfection, focus on improvement. For example, if you are learning a new skill, celebrate small achievements instead of worrying about not being perfect. Practice self-compassion. Talk to yourself like you would talk to a friend. If a friend makes a mistake, you wouldn't call them a failure, so why do it to yourself? Instead of saying, I'm not good enough, try saying, I am doing my best, and that is enough. Take breaks and rest. Perfectionists often feel like they must always be working. But rest is important for both the body and mind. Take short breaks during the day to relax and breathe. This will actually help you be more productive. Enjoy the present moment. Instead of worrying about the future or regretting the past, try to enjoy what is happening right now. Even simple moments like drinking a cup of tea or feeling the sun on your skin can bring happiness. Mindfulness is a simple but powerful way to reduce perfectionism. By practicing mindful breathing, walking, eating, and self-compassion, we can live a happier and less stressful life. Remember, life is not about being perfect. It's about enjoying the journey.